first supersonic aircraft the Navy operated, and it was operational up into the early 80s.
This was in Clark Air Base, right? In the Philippines?
It may have been.
Yeah. I've seen some of these in the...
The Philippine Air Force.
Yes. There you go,
They
yeah.
were former U.S. Navy aircraft.
So these are the aircraft that has folding wings, right?
Yeah, the wingtips are folded up. And also, the wing, when the aircraft takes off and lands, actually they jack the wing up.
That one right there?
Yeah.
Is that to provide more lift on short takeoff?
Well, it lets the nose come down a little bit, gives the pilot better visibility. It changes angle of incidence between the wing and the airplane and the fuselage. But it operated off the aircraft carrier down in Vietnam War quite a bit. And then I think the last unit.
I hope you don't mind your recording.
I didn't know it was recording.
It's recording.
Okay.
It's just for my personal vlog. No.
Okay.
Are you a pilot?
No, I wasn't in the service. I worked in aviation for 48 years, aircraft engine overhaul repair. We did a lot of stuff for the Navy, and I've always had an interest in naval aviation.
Let me tell you a story. I think one of these aircraft, during landing, the wings folded and the pilot died on the runway. Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of these airplanes took off. They took off from the land base. I think it was in the Mediterranean. Forgot to put the wings down. They took off. It was it flew differently, and they got it back down. Everything was okay. But yeah, you don't want it to fold up on you when you go inspect it.
Yeah.
But that enables them to park closer on the carrier deck or down here. They bring them down here for maintenance.
Oh, so this is the maintenance deck?
This is a hangar deck.
The hangar deck.
Right.
Okay.
It's called a hangar deck. The flight deck is up there.
Okay.
This deck provides protection to the rest of the ship down there. It's 2.5 inches of steel.
This one right here?
Right.
Okay.
So the idea was when it was built that if you dropped a bomb, a 500-pound bomb from 1,000 feet, it wouldn't go through the
It won't penetrate the floor.
Right. So you've got the engine room, the boiler rooms, the magazines, all that stuff are down.
What about ammunition? Was it here or
magazines? That's where that's way down there too.
Okay.
You go down to this is the main deck on an aircraft carrier.
Oh.
The hangar deck's that's the main deck. And the next deck down is the second deck, the third deck, the fourth deck. I think it's the fifth deck is also an armor deck. It's only about that thick. It's not quite as thick, but that goes over all the change spaces, all the magazines, as does this.
So how much of the aircraft carrier is actually underwater?
About 30 feet.
30 feet?
Wow.
Nice.
So when they built these ships in World War II, by the way, it took 13 months to build this ship.
Just 13? Or is that a long time or is that a short time?
Well, compared to nowadays, nowadays it takes like 5, 6, 7 years to build an aircraft.
Okay.
But it's amazing that they built. I think it was 24 of these ships of this class. Most of them were built during the war. Some were finished right after the war. But there were other ships being built at the same time. You look at the amount of production that was that happened in World War II. It just boggles the mind. It's amazing how much was done. But anyways, the deck on these, there's a couple of decks above here, and then there's the flight deck. Okay, so this isn't the bottom of the flight deck. So if you look up through these gaps, you'll get to the bottom. So there's compartments and stuff up here.
So where's the elevator at?
Okay, well that big dark hole back there,
that's the elevator?
That's an elevator. It's all the way up at the flight deck. And then there's one further back on that side that's on the side of the ship, and there's one over here on the side of the ship. When the ship was built, it didn't have the angle deck on it. It was a straight deck, and it had another elevator like that towards the street. If you look. This is how the ship looked when it was built. So you have this fence layer, and that's the one that's right here. Okay, so this one's gone now. And if you go down here, there's that one. That one, that one's visible, but this one works. They can take it up and down. This one also works. This one, I don't think it's operational. But you see, in World War II, the airplanes would launch off the bow. They'd land here. This is called an axial deck. And unfortunately, if you're landing and you miss all the cables, there would normally be airplanes parked up here. And
You smash into it?
A lot of accidents. A lot of accidents.
Okay.
So what the angle deck allows, if they miss the cable, they just go off the end and they come back around and do it again. And then they can still launch aircraft.
Yeah.
While they're landing.
Does this also have a, what do you call that, a catapult?
Yeah.
Catapult system?
Yeah.
All aircraft carriers have those, right?
All U.S. aircraft carriers do. If you look at this, picture, this is the Enterprise. This is back in the '60s, a long time ago. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 catapults. And this ship, when it was first built, it had one catapult here. It actually had one on the hangar deck that would launch sideways out the ship. That doesn't work very well because as soon as the airplane goes out of the hangar deck, it has a crosswind immediately because the ship's going maybe 30 knots forward. So most of the airplanes in World War II, virtually all the airplanes on the ship, could take off without a catapult.
Excuse me. I need to take this call.
Sure.
Hold on. Hello? 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 Somebody dialed the phone.
Anyways, so yeah, the aircraft that were on here in World War II, they could do just a deck run and take off. Unless the whole thing was full up, maybe the first couple of rows would have to use a catapult. But once you got into jet aircraft and heavier, even propeller driven, they needed the catapult. So the ship went through a couple of modifications in the 50s. The first modification took it from this appearance to this appearance. So they reduced the size of the superstructure, got rid of all these guns here. That gave them a little bit more parking space on the deck. And they widened the hull out. It's widened out about 6 feet. And then they also installed, they've got 2 catapults, and those are hydraulic. And that's basically what's still on it today. Then they went back into the yard later and it got the bow closed in and the angle deck put on it.
Nice.
So it doesn't look anything like it did when it was in World War II.
Oh, okay. And this goes up to the flight deck?
No, that doesn't.
Where does that go?
That's that. There's an admiral's quarters up there. That's why it has a nice stainless steel.
Okay, let me guess. Is this the F-14?
That's F-14.
Okay.
All the airplanes have a storyboard in front of them. Tells you all about it. So that's an F-14. That's Tom Cruise and Top Gun. And all
my uncle flew with the Blue Diamonds in the Philippines. I think they flew the F-5. Yeah. And my brother, also in the Philippine Air Force, I think he flew, didn't fly a jet. He transitioned to rotary wing, MD 520, I think. And he flew the Tora Tora, the Japanese wartime era, the Tora Tora aircraft. I think we have
Japanese Zero.
I think we have a similar looking aircraft. I don't know if it's the actual Japanese Zero, but it looks like it. They had about 5 of those 30 years ago. I don't know if they're still flying though. Yeah. So, yep.
So I spent some time at Clark back in, it was 2002, March of 2002.
2002.
There's a company I worked for. They were setting up a shop at Clark.